Hey everyone, what is up? How are you guys? Happy New Year's. Oh my goodness. We have made it to 2022. And yes, we are still in the middle of COVID. Gosh, it's going to be such a great year. I have so many, I hate to say I have so many goals, and I have a bunch of stuff that I want to reclaim in this year, and I don't like doing, hey, how are you? I'm not a big resolution person. Hey, Rosa. I'm not a big resolution person because I hate the idea of thinking of 5 or 6 things. Oh my goodness. Hey, Fallen, how are you? Happy New Year's to everyone. I was just talking about resolutions, like how I'm not a big resolution person because I don't like setting 5 or 6 goals at the beginning of the year and then trying to make them last until December. To me, that's just unrealistic. You can't do that. So, what I like, because you don't know what the year's gonna bring, and so instead of trying to put all of your eggs into one basket at the beginning of the year, why do that to yourself? Because then you just kind of set yourself up for failure, in my opinion, and then that just haunts you. So I like to set up monthly goals, and then what I do is I break it down into weeks, and I always find that to be that's the easiest thing to do. And prior to the pandemic, see that you're going hey, I love doing watching things while I'm doing the dishes. I have this one little spot set up. Hey, Loretta. I have this one little spot on my kitchen sink where I can let me just turn off Facebook, where I can watch my phone and then do my dishes. So I actually really enjoy doing dishes, if that's a thing. So anyway, so how many people are doing resolutions? How many people are doing it small, really starting small? Because that's the way that I feel like you can get things done. They always say, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. So that's what I'm doing. I'm taking small bites. I think last year threw me for so many loops because things happened so fast. So, I would jump on here when I could and try to just explain as best as I could, what was happening in my life, because there's only so much that you guys see. And even when you're following me on Facebook and Instagram, it's only just a glimpse. And then there would be times where I just couldn't even get on to social media because life was happening that fast. So I actually have notes right here because again, things just and the way I think and everything is just like that waitress mentality. It's just, go. So I'm trying to reel it all in and just kind of is to be more organized. I'm getting there. Organization takes time. Let me just say that. So I have to be incredibly organized in order to do the things that I do. I am a solopreneur. I'm the solo entrepreneur. And I say that, yes, my boyfriend does help me. He does help me build, he builds the display cases, anything that has to do with wood and building. That's Ricardo's thing. He does that for me. We save a ton of money that way. But when it comes to anything else, when it comes to business, it's all me. Literally all me. Anything that you see that I do, nobody else is helping me come up with ideas or create content or fragrances or anything like that. So I have to be incredibly organized because I'm the kind of person that'll be searching for my phone using the flashlight on my phone to look for it. That's how squirrel, I can forget everything and anything at the moment somebody says something else or throws the monkey wrench into my my little train of thought. So organization is something that takes time, and you just got to dive in head first. Like, it's, once you get it done, you're going to be like, how have I never been organized before? And you will find that your flow is much easier and you can actually accomplish more throughout the day. But yes, I'm super, super big on organization. Like, to some people, like, this might look like a mess, but I'm like, nah, that's all organized. Like, my boyfriend, I'll call him when he's on his lunch break and he comes home, because he actually only works like catty corner to the house. And so, and then I work 5 businesses down from him. So like we work and live within 1,000 feet of like we have like our little triangle. So I'm like, can you go into the house and bring me this? And he's like, where is it? And I can tell you exactly where it is, what it looks like, everything. And so like, that's why things have to be so organized, because if I need your help, or if I need this, or I have to know exactly where to go for it. So anyways, that's the long-winded answer about organization. So anyways, I hope you guys had a great New Year's. I was sound asleep at 9:30. I don't hang. I don't even try to pretend that I can hang. Like Christmas, was it? Oh, we had I hosted a Christmas party, very small, here at the house. But I was like, whoop, I'm feeling it. And I used to drink. I don't have anything against drinking. It's just, it doesn't fit into my life now. And now my body just doesn't even, right? I love that ballad. So yeah, like I can't hang. But on the Christmas party day, I was like, boop, boop, I'm going to have a Coors Light. And yes, the catch-all room. Oh, so, yeah, I opened up a Coors Light. I took 2 sips. I really, truly love craft beer. That's where my heart's at. I'm like, But that's how I party. I'm like 2 sips in, I'm good. So New Year's Eve I wasn't even going to attempt it. I'm like, PJs immediately when I got off work. And, hey, Deborah. Hello. I'm not sure that name. But, yes, and I feel so much better. In fact, I was sick for New Year's Eve. New Year's, I took 4 days off. I was sick all 4 days. I'm still a little under the weather. But I hope you guys all like just had the most memorable New Year's ever. And I talked about this a little bit on my Instagram. I don't know if you guys all follow me over there, but I just want to say, I know so many people going into 2022, they're like, ugh, it's still a pandemic year. Ugh, we're still dealing with this and this and that. I really, really, really want to encourage you to still you're on this side of the dirt. So like take this time to just appreciate, if anything, that. Like, I'm still on this side of the dirt. I still have breath, air in my lungs. So let me be grateful and then just put that positive energy into 2022. I know so many people, I had such a great 2021. It did not come without hardship. It did not come without tears. It did not come without chaos and all of the things. But, I made it through. And so I'm still so excited about life, even though life is very hard for so many people, for so many reasons, and myself included. But I don't want you to be that person that is sitting on New Year's Eve or even now today going, what's the point of even doing setting a resolution, moving forward, setting goals, when who knows what's going to happen, right? Because that's how sometimes I get. And I just said that sentence backwards, but you get it. So what I want to say is like, really just set those goals, like set them ridiculously high to where people, when they hear it, they're like, shut up. Like, you ain't gonna do that. Set them that high because you are worth it. Like we can do anything that we want to do. So make 2022, see, the thing is, here's what I try to remind people. Yes, we've been in the pandemic for 2 years. Who knows? We may even, dare I say, clutch your pearls, 3 years. We could even do 4. But at some point, God willing, we're going to be able to look back on this time and explain to the younger generation what we did in that pandemic, how we got through it, hardships and all. Let me tell you, when I tell the story about how I was really on the floor crying my eyes out, panic attacks for multiple days on end, I'm going to also say, but I got up, you know? So you don't want your story to be this one where you never tried. And that's where, like, I hope you go into this new year with some kind of motivation, inspiration, goals, some kind of fire underneath you, you know, because yes, who knows? We could plan for all of these things to happen right now. We're like, dude, this is going to be my year. This is going to be this and it's going to be that. And yes, the rug can get pulled out from underneath us at any moment. It could happen tomorrow. I have seen it happen, like, oh my God. But that's when, like, we are given the ability to maneuver and to kind of change and grow. Like, the growth that I have had over the last 2 years, if anything, forget about like the business and all of the other stuff, but just the growth that I've had over the last 2 years, let me tell you, not even a pandemic can take me down. So that's why I'm like, you know what? Go into this new year with, you know, a light heart, just try to embrace the fact, hey, Tina, and yes, my shop did well. I am telling you all about it now. So, yes, I just really want to, like, if you had a great year, 2021, I know so many people are just like, you know, it was the shittiest year, just like 2020. And it's almost like we can't say that we had a great year because we're still in the pandemic and so many people are suffering. But even if you, like, suffered yourself, and if you're like, you know what, but it wasn't that shabby, you know, like I like me, I'm like, I'm happy about what I've accomplished in the middle of a pandemic. I'm happy about what I've learned, the growth that I've had, all of the things, business and money and all of that aside, like, that doesn't mean anything. I'm just talking about as a person, you know? So anyways, I hope if you haven't made resolutions, if you haven't, like, just got that fire underneath you, I hope I helped you just a little bit to get you motivated, which means that I am going to be doing more of this on my channel. So last year, it taught me so much. Like, YouTube taught me so much. Just everything, like I said, taught me so much. So, you know, I really, like, threw myself into this channel, and then I ended up opening up a storefront, which I still, like, am learning. And I wish that all of you guys lived in this town with me. I wish you guys could, like, have, like, a video camera, like, in my house to see what I do 24/7, because then you guys would really truly understand, like, what, like, this juggling situation has been for me, trying to just get everything together, and not to just, like, it's more or less to encourage people that, like, it can be done. Like, it just takes, you know, the balls to do it, I guess, you know, like, but, you know, when I opened the brick and mortar, unfortunately, YouTube had to wait. And thank you guys so much for giving me that grace and that patience and all of that other stuff. The energy, you know what? It's like, I get that often. Like, people are like, you know, your energy, like, you're always so happy, or like, you're just like, yeah, I'm on this side of the dirt. You know, like, and again, back to what the channel is going to be about. I have had, like, the worst of the worst happen. So, like, right now, just sitting here talking to you, I feel like I won the lottery. And I'm not even joking when I say that. Like, that is the excitement that I have, that I feel like, oh my God, like, I am truly living a dream. Like, it's because I know how hard it can be, and I know how heavy it can be, that I'm just damn appreciative of every moment that I get to do something like this, because it's not like I've had this opportunity all my life. I haven't, like, and I just take every single blessing that comes my way with just, like, open arms, just so thankful, because never forget where I came from and how just depressing it was. And so yeah, like after therapy, like seriously, I got out of the clouds, moved the dark clouds out of the way, and I was like, I see nothing but sunshine, even on my hard days now, because they are nothing compared to what it was in the past. So when I did start my YouTube, this is kind of like the stuff that I wanted to show you guys. Like I wanted to just not only show you guys how to create, but to inspire you guys. And I know that like when I talk about like when I make reads and I inspire you guys that way, that was just a like a little small thing that I wanted to do more of. So like I said, your girls got your notes, or got the notes. So this year, like I really thought about like all of this time that I've had away from YouTube, like what is my intention with this channel? Is it just making reads? No, it's not, because as much fun as I have creating a wreath, I do love it. I've collected so much stuff for it. It's fun, but it's not where my heart is 100% of the time. So I know you guys are like asking for Dollar Tree crafts and whatnots, and I know that there are thousands of people out there doing the same thing over and over. Like if I'm just trying to think of like there'll be like this one craze, like somebody's creating something from the Dollar Tree, and I'll go run out and buy it. I'm like, okay, I want to show you guys, but there's like 1,000 of us showing you guys the same thing. And I want to bring something a little bit different to you guys. So not only do I want to share, like, be creative with you guys, I want this to be my life. So when you guys are coming on here, yeah, you guys might get a wreath tutorial, or you guys might get something about candles, which I have had so many questions about. And that's where that's where a lot of my passion is. So I want to do more of that, but I also just want to share stories, and I don't want to just share my stories. I want to hear your stories, and I want people, and if anything, like the one thing that again, the pandemic has taught me is that we feel like we're alone more times than not, because we think that nobody else feels this way. We think of like nobody else can be experiencing this thing. And when we share our stories, we bring more love to the table, and it just makes people it has more of a positive effect. I can't even like put into words like what it does, but like, there were so many things that I was going through, and I was searching for stories. I'm like, somebody please tell me that I'm not the one person in this big world that is feeling like this. And if I can just connect with one person, like I would latch on and hold on for dear life. So that's what you're going to start seeing on here, is just real life. So like sometimes it might be, weeks of a bunch of crafting, and it's not going to be the, what's popular right now. It's just going to be like, this is what my heart's feeling like. And, I know people are, out doing this and they're out doing that. And here's what's the number one crafting thing is. But I'm like, you know what? It's going to be all about what's on my heart. So if I want to talk about a book, the oils you have. Yes. So I actually have an Excel spreadsheet, and the oils, the fragrance oils, it's one of my biggest questions when it comes to candle making, like what I use. And I have tested out quite a few, and I am so many years into candle making now that I can give you a honest review of years of usage. And so I feel really, really comfortable with talking about candles and my journey, like to get to this point. I want you guys to get excited just as much as I am when I talk about anything. Like I want you to be that person when people are like, where is all this energy coming from? I want you to be able to find it, because I believe that it's in every single one of us. You just got to find it. You just got to dig deep and find it. And that goes with like finding people to pull it out of you, because I had to search for this. Like this, I mean, I've always been a really, like happy-go-lucky, more, I see the glass, half full kind of person. But I really want to share this journey, because over I think it's almost been a year since I've had YouTube. You guys have found me on Instagram and you guys have shared stories on there. You guys have found me on Facebook and shared some stories. And I've just taken all of that information in where, I've told you, I want to get to know who you guys are just as much as you want to get to know who I am and crafting. But it validates, that people just want to have a community, a connection, am I the straight? Even if you guys aren't going to publicly say like, yes, I feel the same way, but just if you're able to connect with me on that, yes. Oh, I love Sierra. Sorry, I just read a comment. I love Sierra candles. Hands down, bam. My #1 candle company for fragrance oils. Love them. And yes, I will get into their fragrance oils and what are my top favorites. See, and that's the thing. Thank you, Loretta. Like, yeah, it's kind of like, when you get together with the group and then you feed off of each other's energies. Like, and again, you guys commenting makes me get more hyped up. I'm like, tell me what you guys want to see. Tell me what you guys want to hear. Tell me these things because I feed off of you. And I mean, I have my story that I want to share. I have all of these different things, but I'm like, tell me, like, you guys have got to help me break it down. Hey, Carmen. So also with YouTube, because my schedule is so up and down, it's going to be weekly. I cannot tell you what date it is. Let me start a weekly thing and find out what days work best for me in order to create content. So tonight's Monday. I love doing lives. I love this interaction with you guys. And so Mondays is a good day, but I have to have a full day of editing. So I'm like, Sunday, can I record? So I'm going to be playing around with uploading videos. So again, it will be weekly. It's just going to be on different dates. So just make sure you have your notification. Hey, Brenda, you know what? That's where I want to help people find their energy, because I'll tell you what, my health is not the best. Like, and I say that because I eat junk food and I don't eat enough nutrition, which I'm getting back into. But like my happiness, like I make sure that I keep that always good, And like I said, I have all kinds of things happening in my life, and it just like, it's a hard thing to get started when you're already in like a certain spot. But I promise you, we can together get you back to a point where you are just like, yes, like this. My throat is so dry right now. I'm like, ugh. But anyway, so yeah, so the dates that I'm going to be uploading are going to be just varied for the next couple of months. And then I'm just going to be finding my rhythm and to what days work best for me. So just want to put that out there. Like, I was putting too much pressure on myself. Like, I have to get it up on, Wednesdays and Thursdays or whatever. And because I'm still balancing the business side of, with my shop, it's just unrealistic to like set those dates as much as I want to, because I also want to get my Etsy store back up. So I'm working on that. I'm taking this little doodad right here. This is my light box to take some photos tomorrow at my shop of the products that I have. And so slowly you'll see the my Etsy shop back opened with all kinds of new products. And so that's just how my New Year's is going. And let's see, what else did I have? And we are going to talk business. And I don't have all the answers for business, but I went from vendor, farmer's market, actually selling off my porch, to working in a vendor mall, to doing the farmer's market, to opening my own business in a year and a half. That's how fast it happened. And so I want to chat about that and let you know like the things that I'm finding out that didn't work or that people said that I had to do, because owning a business, I had this whole different idea of what owning a business was and actually doing it, it's kind of like having kids. You're like, you're told all these things and then you have the thing and then you're like, but this is not like what you said it would be like. So I want to share that with you guys. What else? But yeah, there's just so much. And I do want to say, let me just show you this. Okay, so you guys know I'm a thrifter. You guys know that I love a good yard sale. I thrift. I do all of this stuff, okay? Look at this wreath frame that I got for $15. Yes, $15, okay? So this is gonna be the first project that we will do because it will be a wreath just because I found this over the weekend and I am dying to do this because I've never done a wreath like this. All right, let me just grab this. I don't know how big this wreath frame is. Let me just say, this has gotta be 2 feet in diameter, at least. And I know the camera is not giving it justice, but we will be doing that wreath, and I don't like, it's not going to be for sale. It's going to be something that I'm going to hang in my shop for like till fall, because I'm going to do it in spring flowers. This doodad here, I am captivated by its size. Like I don't think I've ever, I didn't buy this in Michael's. I bought this at a vintage store. And like I said, for $15. So I was like, hell yeah, I'm grabbing this. So anyways, that is the majority of the things that I wanted to say. Again, with some of the stuff that I talk about, like when I talk about stories and stuff, I know I tend to go a little long with a lot of my things, but you're going to start seeing like really fast clips because I'm like, I don't want to, when I share stories, like go into multiple stories in one thing. So it'll be shorter clips. You'll be able to pop on, watch something, log off. But yeah, lots of stuff. And of course, follow me on Instagram if you guys want to like send me like a video type, like what should I talk about or what should I do? Because I, of course, want to bring you guys the things you want to see. So it's just going to be a whole blend of things. And this year I am ready to, like, my goal, and I know it won't happen this year, but that's okay. Because they say it takes 10 years to be an overnight success. But when I talk about setting goals, here's what I want you to imagine. Like, my goal is to have $1 million. And I know, like, that seems ridiculous. Like, to me, where I came from just seems like the dumbest thing that I could ever say, but it is. And so I am really focused on like being very intentional, and I'm going to show you how I'm going to break things down, because I know a lot of us by March will have given up on our resolutions. And so I want to, like, one of my things is going to be showing you how to break it down. Like I said, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. So we're going to break down things, make them realistic. And yeah. Hey, Marisol, Happy New Year. And so, yeah, I want you guys to all, like, you know, make this year your own. So anyways, I'm glad I kept this under 30 minutes, and I hope to see you guys all again very soon. I will be posting into the YouTube thing, or my YouTube forum, the next live, but I will be getting to work on this wreath over here because I'm super excited to see how it's going to turn out and what all it's going to take to get that thing like covered in flowers. So anyways, thank you guys so much for joining me. I will see you guys again very soon. Make sure you have your notifications on so you're notified every time I post or start to go live. So Happy New Year's, and I will see you guys soon. Bye, guys.